Hey guys, so it's Kadin, and welcome to another interview for Autism Digest. Today we got someone really amazing on here, the first autistic mayor of Burbank, California, and Burbank, California City Council member, Konstantine Anthony. Welcome to the show, Konstantine.
Hello, Kadin. Thank you for having me. Appreciate you having me on.
Absolutely, it's definitely a pleasure. Now, for anyone who might not know your story, can you explain exactly what you do in your own words?
Yeah, sure. So in 2020, I was elected to the Burbank City Council. That is a small city, about 100,000 people, just to the north of Los Angeles. When I was elected in 2020, I was only the fourth diagnosed autistic elected official in the United States. There had been a school board member, a couple of state legislators, and then me. And in 2022, at the very end of 2022, the way our city council works here is a rotating mayorship position, meaning of the 5 elected council members, one of them every year gets elected to be mayor, gets chosen, selected to be mayor. So I had gotten my diagnosis previous to that. And when I took the oath of office and got rotated in to be mayor, I actually became the first diagnosed autistic mayor in the country, in the entire United States. And it was interesting holding that position. A lot of people reached out to me from across the country asking me about what I do and how it works. And the first thing I tell everybody is my job has allowed for a lot of accommodations, quite a bit. So I get a lot of support from the staff here and the community at large. The way the office is run, the way my team actually deals with all of my needs and idiosyncrasies is very different than any council member before them. So they've adapted. And, for me, allowing that to happen with a lot of grace and a lot of understanding, it's been eye-opening to see how successful folks like us can be when given the right accessibility.
I absolutely agree. That's definitely an inspiring story. My next question for you is, in today's political landscape, how important are autistic voices to you?
So I'm a big believer in representation. I believe that folks who make up the government need to have voices from all different types of their constituencies. And so just me being in office, not just here at the city level, but my involvement in county and state and federal issues, I get to talk to a lot of elected officials who ask me questions about me and the autistic community, neurodiversity at large, disability rights in general. And I'm able to convey a lot of the experiences that our community has had. I got my start in disability rights. And so a lot of the issues that I bring up to colleagues of mine who are working on different bills and different government agencies, I'm able to convey to them the needs of our community and really what our community is fighting for. So electing folks from different backgrounds into office, I think is vitally important to the strength of our democracy.
I absolutely agree. It's important. My next question for you is, what's your advice for anyone, neurodivergent or not, that wants to get into the political industry?
Don't. My advice is don't. There's two kinds of people that get involved in politics: people who want to help, and then people who are in it for themselves. So if the first question you ask me is, how do I get into office? My first response to you is, you're probably not the kind of person who should be in office. If you want to be in office, you shouldn't be. The only reason I ran, I was not a politician. I was an actor, actually. I did comedy. I was telling jokes and doing improv and TV shows and movies and stuff. And the only reason I ran for office is because no one else was advocating for the things that we were needing in our community. I ran for office on a platform of solving homelessness and building affordable housing and keeping the rents down and trying to, protect neurodivergent folks and Black and brown folks against police brutality. Like, all of those issues were not being discussed in any of the debates or any of the other candidates running. And so when I ran, it was because Trump had just won. It was because a number of people in my community were doing some bad things. And so I did it out of sort of a need or a necessity, I guess. I would not recommend that to anybody. The other type of folks that I think get into political office are those that want to help. And if you want to help, if you want to do something good for your community, find the people that are already doing the work. That's my advice. If you actually want to do good work, find people who are doing it, because they're out there. There are communities, there's organizations, both political and apolitical, that are working on issues, fighting for good causes. Get involved with them. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. Someone is doing the thing that you are fighting for. I guarantee it. There's no issue out there. And I know all the issues and I know all the people working on them. If there's an issue that is favorable to you and that you want to get involved in, there's a group out there doing it. So get involved with them. And through that process, you end up finding individuals who are these natural born leaders who rise to the top because they do the good work, not because they themselves want to be seen as leaders, but it's because their team and the people surrounding them lift them up and say, you are in charge, you take care of it.
I absolutely agree with that. All right, my final question for you is, what does the future hold for you? Will we be seeing President Anthony in the future?
So I do really enjoy the executive branch of government, of the three branches. I like getting involved on the ground. The judicial branch and the legislative branch, the way they write laws and interpret laws, those are important aspects of our country. But for me, the executive branch, the mayorships, the governorships, folks who take the law and implement it in the agencies and the staff that actually helps people, to me is the most effective way for my skill set and the things that I'm passionate about to benefit folks. Right now, I am looking at moving up a level from city to county. In California, the county seats, those are the ones that deal the most with public benefits programs. City councils, they do a lot with like police and fire and libraries and how you build your housing and how you build your roads and all of that. When you get to the county level in California, those are the folks that do a lot of homeless services. They do a lot of disability support services. They help out with all of the independent living resource centers. So those are the kinds of institutions and the kinds of programs that I'm very interested in expanding and making more efficient so they help more people. Those are the places I think where the most good meets the most people. So that's what I'm working on. It's called county supervisor, and that's the next position that I am looking for.
I'll definitely be watching it closely. Thanks for coming on, and that's going to do it for this interview. If you guys want to see more amazing interviews, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.
Nice seeing you, Kadin.